A cordial welcome to all my dear students of class 4. Today we are going to read a new poem, and the name of the poem is The Brook, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. The meaning of the word brook is small stream. This poem is an autobiography of a brook. Do you know what is an autobiography? Well, an autobiography is a self-written account of one's life. It tells the life story of the author. Some of the famous autobiographies are Wings of Fire by APJ Abdul Kalam, I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai, The Diary of a Little Girl by Anne Frank. So these are very famous autobiographies. In this poem, the brook is also telling its own life story. It tells its own experience as it journeys from its origin down to the ultimate destination, the brimming river. The Brook by Alfred Lord Tennyson. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. I still by lawns and grassy plots, I slide by hazel covers, I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars, I loiter round my cresses. And out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. This poem, which is in your book, is actually an extract from the original poem, because in your book there are only 6 stanzas, but the original poem, it has got 13 stanzas. So let us know the summary of the poem now. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. The brook flows cheerfully, and as it flows towards the overflowing river, that is the brimming river, it chatters. It chatters, that is, it makes a loud sound. But why? Because it is swiftly flowing over stones and rocks. The poem reflects the fact that human life is transitory, that is, human life is short, while the brook, which represents nature, enjoys eternity of existence. Men are born, they experience the ups and downs of life, and also the joys and sorrows of life, and then with time they perish. But the journey of the brook is eternal, it is immortal. It flows on and on. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. The brook meanders gently through the countryside, and occasionally with the flowing water one can find flowers floating by. And seeing the flowers, it seems that as if the flowers are sailing on the water of the brook. The brook is a symbol of life. Why? Because it is the habitat of different species of life. We can find the presence of freshwater fishes like trout and grayling. I steal by lawns and grassy plots, I slide by hazel covers, I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. In the initial stage, the brook is lively, vivacious, bubbling with energy, and flows swiftly. But as it enters the plain, its movement becomes gentle, and it gently flows by various lawns and lush green fields. It slides by groves of hazel trees. It inspires the fragrant flowers called forget-me-not, which grow near the bank of the brook. You can see the pictures of forget-me-not which are given at the bottom of the slide. These flowers symbolize faithfulness, friendship, and true love. So they are meant for the happy lovers. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. So as the brook slips and slides, many birds like swallows can be seen skimming on its surface for food. So why are the birds coming on the surface of the brook in search of food? You can here notice the different movements of the brook. What are those? The brook slips and slides. The gleaming sunlight comes through leaves and bushes and make a net-like pattern on the shallows. So what happens? The golden rays of the sunlight pass through the network of leaves and branches and they cast a crisscross shadow on the water of the brook. And as the water flows and ripples, it seems that this netted sunbeam is also dancing with the flow of the brook. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my cresses. And out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So, the brook flows with a gentle murmur as it has almost reached the point of confluence. That is the point where the brook meets the river. It makes a whispering sound as it moves in the moon and starlight through the thorny bushes growing in deserted places. So mark the difference in sound. At first, when the brook started its journey, it was chattering. Why? Because it was full of energy. It was lively. But now, after flowing a long way, it has grown old and is now making a soft and low sound. That is, it is murmuring. The brook is flowing through the thorny bushes, the brambly, growing in deserted places, that is wildernesses. So, what is the meaning of brambly, thorny bushes, or the prickly shrubs? And wildernesses, it means deserted places, or you can say abandoned areas, uncultivated land. The flow of the brook is further obstructed by the shingly bars. What is that? The coarse gravel or the pebbles found on the bank of the brook. And the watercresses. Cresses, that is a kind of plant growing on the edges of the brook. So we can say that the pebbles and the cresses, they are causing hindrance in the flow of the brook. But finally, by overcoming all the hurdles, the brook reaches its final destination, which is the brimming river. And this journey of the brook is eternal, unlike that of men. At the end, the poet once again highlights the essence of the poem, which is the fleetingness of human life, that is the transitory nature of human life and the eternal existence of nature. So the poem ends with the lines, "For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever."